What's going on, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 3 in my 9th annual 31 Days of Horror, a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. And for day number 3, I decided to revisit a title that I've seen once before that I liked a good bit, and that is The Fly from the year 1958. Of course, this is the original Fly, and this is a film that I'd seen once before. I actually own the Viavision box set that has the original trilogy and then the remake and its sequel. But recently I picked up the Scream Factory box set because it was only $40 at Walmart, and I was like, I can't pass it up even though I already own these films. So I picked that box set up, decided to open it up because I was really feeling the vibe for something classic, and I decided to go with The Fly. We recently were talking about it on the latest 22 Shots episode, so that's why I watched The Fly. So The Fly from the year 1958, it follows a woman who is being accused of murdering her husband, and she's being accused because she said she killed him in a big hydraulic press. Her husband is a scientist, and it's up to the husband's brother, played by Vincent Price, and a detective to figure out what happened. Because essentially, the woman, the wife, is just saying, I killed him, but doesn't really expand upon why. It turns out that he had been doing some research on teleportation, and he basically creates a teleportation machine, and he sends some items through space and through the teleporting machine, and eventually he decides to do it with himself to test it on a physical subject after some mess ups. And unfortunately for him, a fly gets in one of the telepods, so when the body is broken up into molecules or atoms or whatever, it takes the fly as well, and it puts them back together as two separate entities, a human with fly parts and a fly with human parts. So the wife actually, killed the husband based on his request. That's the story. It's told in a way where you already know what kind of happened at the end, so it's not really about that. Spoiler free enough, I guess. That's kind of the main plot. I really like the original Fly. It's so much different than the David Cronenberg Fly, of course, and obviously it's not as gory and as intense with the body horror stuff, but this movie still goes along so good. Vincent Price is really good. He plays the brother, and he actually is in love with his sister-in-law, which, at first you're like, okay, well, the police think maybe he had something to do with it at first. Overall, this is just a very well acted, very well performed film, and when the characters are talking to each other, it comes off very engaging. Like, you just care about what they're saying, you care about the story, you're just invested in what's going on. And honestly, as dated as the effects might look by today's standard, especially if you compare it to the Cronenberg Fly, this one is much more like monster movie Fly, and not so much like grotesque body horror. It's still kind of spooky with the reveal, like the at first you just see the hand and it's like, but it's a good story. It's a good sci-fi horror film. I think the original Fly is very fun, and I really like all the actors in it and the performances. That's really what kind of sell the movie for me. But The Fly, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's very solid. So that's day number 3. I'll see you guys tomorrow with day number 4. Peace.